The Mothman's warning. The small town of Riverwood had never experienced the bustle of city life. Nestled between dense woods and a winding river, the residents prided themselves on their quiet existence. That autumn, however, an unsettling aura hung in the air. Children whispered stories of shadows flitting between trees, and adults exchanged worried glances as they noticed the animals acting strangely. The source of their unease was a creature that, according to local folklore, had reappeared after decades of being dismissed as mere legend, the Mothman. 17-year-old Clara hadn't given much thought to these tales. To her, they were just stories meant to scare younger kids during Halloween. But as night fell earlier, and the chilling wind swept through the streets, she found herself drawn to the looming idea that something was out there, watching. One crisp evening, Clara and her friends, Jake and Lily, roamed the outskirts of the woods, emboldened by teenage bravado. The fading light painted the sky in vibrant hues of orange and purple, but the confident laughter among them faded as darkness settled in. A chill crept through the trees, whispering secrets that stirred their curiosity. "Let's go a bit deeper," Jake suggested, a challenging smirk on his face. Clara hesitated, but Lily was already tugging at Clara's sleeve. "Come on, it'll be fun. Mothman only hunts at night, right? We can beat him at his own game." With reluctance, Clara followed them into the depths of the forest. The path was overgrown, tendrils of twisting vines and low-hanging branches grasping at them like eager hands. They stumbled in the dim twilight, hearts racing from both thrill and apprehension. After a while, they reached a small clearing. It felt eerie, the air was thick, and the silence weighed heavy. Suddenly, a low rustling erupted from behind the trees. The trio jumped, adrenaline pumping through their veins. "Just the wind," Jake laughed nervously, but his voice trembled. "Let's take a selfie as proof we were here." As they posed, a strange stillness enveloped them. Clara sensed it first, an overwhelming feeling of being watched. She turned her head slightly, catching a glimpse of something in the distance among the trees. It was dark, larger than a human, and with wings that looked impossibly wide against the moonlight. "What's wrong, Clara?" Lily asked, noticing her tension. I saw something," Clara stammered, pointing toward the dark silhouette. But by the time her friends turned, it was gone. Clara felt a cold knot of fear pull at her stomach. "We should go back. Now." Quote. Jake scoffed, but something in Clara's expression silenced him. With uneasy laughter, they began their trek back, but as they delved deeper into the woods, something followed in the shadows, silent, relentless. The rustling came again. They hurried their pace, pushing through the dense underbrush. The darkness amplified their fears, and soon, their playful banter turned into harsh whispers. Just when they thought they were near the edge of the woods, the sound transformed into a piercing screech, an unearthly wail that sent them stumbling back. "Run!" Clara screamed. They bolted, adrenaline pushing them harder. The clearing was behind them. The trees seemed to close in. Just when Clara thought they would escape, a massive figure leapt overhead. Its wings spread wide, casting an enormous shadow. She caught its eyes, a pair of glowing, unsettling red orbs fixated upon her. "Clara, keep going," Jake yelled, yanking her back into motion as the creature swooped down low, its wings stirring the air with a deafening rustle. They ran until they were breathless, until the outlines of their town began to break through the trees. Bursting through the last line of foliage, they emerged onto the empty street, gasping for air and glancing back at the forest. They were safe, or so they thought. Clara woke the next morning with memories of the horrifying event flashing through her mind. She turned on the news. A breaking report caught her attention, an accident that had occurred on the bridge connecting Riverwood to the nearby city. The newscaster explained how tragic incidents and sightings of Mothman were often linked, always a harbinger of doom. Panic set in as Clara processed the information. It wasn't just a story. The Mothman came as a warning, and they had narrowly escaped its wrath. Later that evening, a distressing message hit Clara's phone. It was a group chat with Jake and Lily. Lily. "I keep seeing it. I can't sleep. Jake. I have a bad feeling about tomorrow. What if it isn't over? Just as Clara was about to reply, her phone buzzed with a notification from the local weather service. Thunderstorms were predicted, with heavy winds expected. Clara peered outside her window, a storm brewing in the horizon. Dark clouds billowed ominously, and she could have sworn she saw a dark figure flit between them, the unmistakable outline of wings stretching wide. The light flickered in her room, and the power surged. Their warning had come. Before the storm struck, before despair sank into the town of Riverwood, the Mothman stood sentinel in the shadows, forever tied to the web of fate. No one was safe. Clara understood that now. She had seen him, and in seeing, she had awakened something that may have remained dormant. The tales were real, and as long as the darkness loomed, the Mothman would be there, watching, waiting, and warning.